Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for joining me. For this video, we are going to find the missing angles with trigonometry. So again, similar to the first video that we just did, or previous days ago, we remember we have three trig ratios. And the mnemonic we use to remember this is SOHCAHTOA. Alright? And SOHCAHTOA basically helps us to remember the sine ratio, the cos ratio, and the tangent ratio or tan. So with this, we know that sine is the opposite over the hypotenuse, tan is the adjacent over the hypotenuse, cos is the adjacent over the hypotenuse, my bad, and tan is the opposite over the adjacent. So once we have these three ratios, we now go ahead and label our sides based on opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. Yeah, guys, I'm at school, so yeah, sorry about that. So we are going to label the sides right now. So the opposite side is the side opposite to the angle. So 10 here is my opposite side. Adjacent is the side adjacent to the angle. And the adjacent is right here. And the hypotenuse is always opposite to the 90 degrees. So we have it right here. Now when we're finding missing angles, we are given two sides. So you need to check to see which two sides you're given to know which ratio to use. So we are given the opposite side and we're given the adjacent side. And so the opposite and the adjacent only has to do with the tan ratio. And so we have to use the tan to find the missing angle. So the tan of an angle, the angle here is labeled as x, is equal to the opposite side, which is 10, over the adjacent, which is 23. And once we have it in this form, we will now have to do the inverse of the function. So you'll see tan inverse, you'll see sine inverse, you'll see cos inverse. So the inverse of your function, if you are using a T184 calculator, you will realize that you see a second key or a second function on your calculator. We will press the second function, then we'll press whatever ratio we're looking for. All right, and so you will see that popping up on your calculator, what you're using. All right, so let's move on. So to find the angle, let us say the angle is equal to the inverse ratio, so tan inverse of 10 over 23. And from here, you basically put it in your calculator. So we have to press the second function, then the ratio, tan, and the 10 over 23. And we will get 23.498. So my answer to one decimal place is 23.5 degrees. And there you go for your answer. So we always go for the inverse of the function when we're trying to find a missing angle. Let's look at this one. So we're given an angle and two sides. Again, we label our sides based on the angle given. Let me change the color of the marker to add some distinction. So this here is our opposite side because it's opposite to the angle. The 90 degree is formed here, so I know that this side here is my hypotenuse. And the adjacent side is the side adjacent to the angle. All right? From here, we label the sides. Now we check to see which ratio we're going to be using. Opposite, hypotenuse. Opposite, hypotenuse. So this one will have to be the sine ratio. So the sine of the angle x is equal to the opposite side. So that's 17 over the hypotenuse, which is 32. Now we want to find the angle, so we have to say x is equal to sine inverse of 17 over 32. And from here we do the inverse ratio. So let's go. So again, second function, press the sine, then we have 17 over 32. And you should get 32.089 for your answer. So the angle is equal to 32.09. degrees, and that's where your answer lies. So this one is pretty much simple once you understand how to label the sides and how to determine the ratios to use. If you can remember this mnemonic, SOHCAHTOA, it is very helpful in remembering the ratios. And that's the end of this video. If you have any question, leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to assist you. And I'll see you on the next video.